Hey, hey, everybody. Welcome back. Sorry I'm a little late. Just, a good 3 minutes late. But hey, you know what? Sometimes the morning goes a little unexpected and you got to adjust. Hey, happy week 12, everybody. Let's get to some start sit questions. Hope you're having a fantastic week. Hope your Thanksgiving was great too. Hope you ate lots of food, had great company, enjoyed some of the football. I know Dallas Washington was a blowout, so that wasn't much of a game, but I enjoy my weekend, so I hope you guys enjoyed your weekend and uh your your holiday as well. So week 12, start sit questions. Let's get into it. Baseball shorts. Hello, good to see you again, pal. J Productions, good to see you again as always. Nate P over on YouTube. Let's get it going. PPR, who should go at the flex and who should go at the running back 2? Henry or Singletary and Puka or Pittman. For me, Derrick Henry is your running back 2. Dameon Pierce is active, so who knows if that entire back how that backfield looks this week now. So we're gonna go Derrick Henry as the running back 2. And then for your flex between Puka and Pittman and Singletary, because you could also play him there. For me, this is a Michael Pittman one. I think that Tampa Indy game could be a sneaky high scoring game. So let me adjust my camera a little bit more. There we go. I think that Tampa Indy game should be a high scoring game. And I will go Michael Pittman on that one. Baseball shorts, good morning. In my wide receiver 2, Puka or Cup and a half PPR. We're going to go Cooper Cup on that one. I feel like that's just a red zone upside thing. Santino over on YouTube, Stroud or Mahomes. Always ride with Patrick Mahomes. Always ride with Patrick Mahomes. Bryce over on Facebook, Rashad White or Brian. I'm assuming that's Bijan. That's a great question. Bijan gets the Saints. Rashad gets the Colts. Honestly, let's ride hot hand. Let's go Rashad. Let's go Rashad on that one. PG Sosa on YouTube, Puka, Adams, or Olave. For me, this is Chris Olave. I know it's close between him and Devontae. Kansas City has been doing fairly well against wide receivers this year. And it's Aiden O'Connell and Derek Carr. That's what it essentially is coming down to. Let's get to some more recent questions here. You guys are flooding the comments. Thank you very much. If you would be so kind, leave a like on this. We go live every single Sunday. Help spread the word. Help us get out to the people for any advice, any help that they need. This is the place for them. Let's do this. Keegan over on YouTube. Puka, Thielen, or Jamar. This is any other week. This is straight up Jamar, but it's just where we're at. It's where we're at. And personally, I lean Adam Thielen on this one. Tennessee isn't exactly shut down. And I don't think Carolina is going to be able to run the ball today. So I think that's an Adam Thielen script for sure. Jackson over on YouTube. Do I start the Chiefs or Vikings defense? Vikings goes up. Vikings get the Bears and Chiefs get the Raiders. And honestly, I'm going to go with the Chiefs. I'm going to go with the Chiefs on that one. It feels like the Vikings are the ultimate wild card this year for anything fantasy related. Colin over on YouTube. Good to see you again, pal. Pacheco, Singletary, James Conner, or Josh Jacobs. We're going to choose 2, and the 2 that we are going to choose, Josh Jacobs and Isaiah Pacheco. Those are the 2 that we are going to go with. Sports Report on YouTube, Christian Kirk or Kyron Williams. And for me, this is a Kyron Williams one. If Zay Jones was inactive, I would say Christian Kirk, but this offense is still changing. We saw that last week. We saw Kevin really bounce back in a big way. And Christian Kirk didn't really do a whole lot. So I'm gonna ride with Kyron. Even he's likely not going to get a full workload this game, but I'm still gonna go with Kyron just in a good matchup too against Arizona. That's what we're gonna go with. Baldo Cat, Puka, Olave, or Cup. I love all the emojis. Down, up, fire, USA, crown, skull, 100. That's a lot. For me, this is a Cooper Cup one as well. Alex over on YouTube, Jerome Ford or Jalen Warren. Let's see. Cleveland gets Let me pull up matchups. I should know the Cleveland one right off the top of my head, but Cleveland is getting Denver. Jalen Warren, who is reportedly going to get more touches, goes up against Cincinnati. I'm just still going to lean Jerome Ford. I think the thing with Warren, it's intriguing enough to think about, but I'm still going to lean Jerome Ford because I feel like there's guaranteed touches with Jerome Ford over Jalen Warren. Eric over on Facebook, flex question, Josh Downs or Alexander Madison. For me, this is Josh Downs. Bears have been a little bit better against the run since the beginning of the season and ever since Matt Eberflus started calling the defense. And Josh Downs, like I said, I think that Tampa Indy game could be a high-scoring game. And fully healthy, Josh Downs, I kind of like that. Michael over on Facebook, Jalen Warren, Devin Singletary. This one is a Jalen Warren. Devin Singletary may not get the entire backfield to himself because Dameon Pierce is active. So we're going to go with Jalen Warren on that one. Kyle over on Facebook. Shout out to all of you on Facebook, by the way. You guys are awesome. Cooper Kupp or Mike Evans. This is a Cooper Kupp one for me. It's close. It is close. But I feel there's a Cooper Kupp bias, I'll call it, this week, just going up against Arizona. That's where I am leaning. Baseball shorts again on YouTube in my flex. Kyron, Jalen Warren. For me, this is a Jalen Warren one. So, if I had to rank Jerome Ford, Kyron Williams, or Jalen Warren, it's going to go Jerome Ford, Jalen Warren, Kyron Williams. That's how it's going to go for me. New York Giants fan over on YouTube, James Conner or Ramondre Stevenson. This is a Ramondre Stevenson one. Very, very, very easy. Ramondre Stevenson one for me. Even with the quarterback uncertainty, we're going to go Ramondre on that one. Deontay Johnson or Rashee Rice. We're going to go with Deontay Johnson on this one. Just see what I know Rashee Rice has Vegas, and there's, something to be said for that matchup, but Deontay has a decent matchup of his own. Rob over on Facebook, Tank Dell, Jamar Chase. We're going to go Tank Dell. We are going to go Tank Dell. I just can't trust. What's it? Is it? It's it's Browning. What's his first name? I don't remember his first name. Browning. We're not trusting that. That's essentially what it comes down to. Chase over on Facebook, Kamara or JT. Colts get Tampa. But he does have the whole backfield to himself. Kamara against Atlanta, also in a tough matchup. I think I'm going to go with Kamara. I think MT being out gives him such a wildly high ceiling this week just because of his reception upside. If it's half PPR, I would say JT then. But if it's PPR, I'm going Kamara. And speaking of which, you can see here over on Underdog Fantasy, his line is at 4.5 receptions without Michael Thomas in the lineup. That's an easy over. And he's hit this line almost in every game except for maybe one or two. I love that line over on Underdog Fantasy. Just use a code fellas and you get a free square of Lamar Jackson, half a total yard. Shameless quick plug. We're back to questions now. But again, over on Underdog Fantasy, use the code fellas to get your first deposit match up to $100 to find all those lines like that Alvin Kamara one, and you get the Lamar Jackson one for free with the code fellas. All right, back to your questions. Riley Productions, Gus Edwards or James Conner. This is we're gonna go Baltimore Sunday night against the Chargers. You know what? We're gonna go Gus Edwards on this one. I think Gus Edwards finds the end zone in this one. Santino, Bucks Colts predictions. Great question. High scoring game in my opinion. Let's see. Is it? I have not taken a great look at matchups. It's at Indy. They played this game last year, if I'm not mistaken, and it was like a 30-something game. I'm gonna go Tampa though. Indy has talent. I think Tampa's just a little bit better of a team. That's what it comes down to for me. So I'm going to go Bucks over the Colts, and I'm going to go like 34-31. That's what I'm thinking. Sports report, Evan Ingram or David Njoku. Cleveland gets Denver. We're going to go Evan Ingram on that one. I know David Njoku has been good lately. Denver has been pretty decent against tight ends. Coming from a Vikings fan that needed a big game from TJ Hawkinson, and that didn't happen. So We're gonna go with Evan Ingram on that one. John over on YouTube, Gabe Davis or Rashid Shaheed. This is a Rashid Shaheed game for me. I know that Philly secondary isn't very good, so there is at least an opportunity for Gabe Davis to perform. But Rashid Shaheed, wide receiver 2 role. That's where I'm leaning. Now you know what? Actually, the more I think about it, you should probably go Gabe Davis. Quentin over on YouTube, Bijan or Singletary. We're gonna go Bijan. Singletary. Damian Pierce is Damian Pierce is active. So yeah, Bijan over Devin Singletary of a 1994 Ford Ranger. Squealing sound when it drive, but not in reverse. Originally had exhaust work on new tires. I'm not a car expert, so I'm not gonna. I can't be liable to any advice I give of cars. But it's certainly not the exhaust. I can tell. I can tell you that. I'm sorry. I wish I could be more help there. I'm sorry. Do I start Gus Edwards or Rashee Rice in my flex from Jackson over on YouTube? Gus Edwards is my vote for that one. Yeet Yeet with the KSI meme picture. Love that. Running back 2, Ramondre or Saquon, and quarterback, Herbert or Baker. Stevenson or Barkley. We're going to go with Saquon on that one. That's just a touch thing. He's going to get a ton of touches. And then Justin Herbert, Chargers going up against Baltimore, or Baker going up against Indy. We're still going to go Justin Herbert though on that one. Leadico. Is that how you say it? Leadico? Evans, Ridley, or Thielen. We're going to go with Mike. We're going to go Adam Thielen on that one. Baseball shorts. How do you think GT will do today? I think he's going to, he'll get 14, 15 carries. Probably finish with 70 something yards, 80 something yards. Sprinkle in a couple receptions. So we're probably looking at like a 11 to 13, 11. I'm going to say this. It's 11 to 13 points. If he finds the end zone, then you just add 6 on top of it. I think that's what we're looking at for JT this week. Jacob Hay, Downs or Shaheed. We're going to go Josh Downs on that one over on Facebook. Thank you, Jacob, for your question. Mr. Nacho plays Puka or Olave. For me, this is Chris Olave. That's a Chris Olave one for me. Juan over on Facebook. Good to see you again. Good to see you, Juan. Jacobs or Ramondre in PPR. We're going to go Josh Jacobs on that one. He just at least offers a little bit more rushing upside than Ramondre. And yes, Ramondre kind of sneaks past him based on receptions. I still feel confident with Jacobs over Ramondre. Colin over on Facebook. Is that a Yankee Stadium? That looks like Yankee Stadium. So do we really want to? I still will. We don't discriminate over here. Singletary or Kyron. We're gonna go Kyron Williams on that one. Juan, thank you. Good. You are very, very welcome. Very, very welcome. Colin over on YouTube. Collins or Ramondre. Ooh. Part of me wants to say Nico just on a high scoring game between Jacksonville and Houston. I think that's my vote. I think that we're gonna go Ramondre. Go Ramondre on that one. Dolph Ziggler. Whoa. Michael Pittman, Jordan Addison. This is a Michael Pittman one for me. Johnny Boy, Stroud, or Herbert. We're gonna go CJ Stroud on that one. We're gonna go CJ Stroud. Oliver over on YouTube, Taysom Hill or Cole Kmet. This is a Cole Kmet one for me. He does significantly better with Justin Fields than Tyson Bagent. We're going to go Cole Kmet on that one. Tyler over on Facebook. Hey, great name. We're going to go Mike Evans or Devonta Smith in the flex. Devonta gets Buffalo. Evans gets Indy. I'm going to say Mike Evans. on that one. John, again, over on YouTube, shout out to you. Isaiah Likely, Cole Kmet. We're going to go Cole Kmet. I don't think there's a whole lot to go around for Isaiah Likely. He really didn't have much. He didn't really have any. He had snaps, but he didn't make anything of those. Josh Downs, Drake London in full PPR. We're going to go Josh Downs on that one. Saw a great question from Jackson over on YouTube. Shout out to you, Jackson, again. How do you think Diggs is going to do? I think Diggs is going to have a game. I really, really do. Philly secondary has not been good this year. If there's a way that we're going to beat Philly as a, if you're Buffalo, you're going to beat them through the air. So, and Diggs can get open like no tomorrow. That's where we're going. Casual Cheesehead. Again, I'm legally obligated to hold the Vikings helmet. It doesn't work. I can't put it over the Green Bay logo, but again, hey, I will say though, great win on Thursday. That was a great game to watch. Non PPR, we're gonna flex Ridley or Downs. This is a Calvin Ridley one for me. I think there's just a little more upside with Ridley, or touchdown upside with Ridley over Downs. Is it crazy to ask Dobbs or Hurts? Maybe a little bit, but I understand where you're coming from. So it looks crazy. It probably does sound a little crazy, but I follow the logic. But it's Jalen Hurts. You still go Jalen Hurts on that one. Johnny Boy, Travis Etienne, Bijan Robinson. Just stick with Etienne. Stick with Etienne on that one. Chummer. I don't know how you say that. Over on YouTube, Devontae, Godwin, or Jacoby. That one's a Devontae. That's a Devontae one for me. Riley Productions, Evan Ingram or Cole Kmet. Very great question. This is an Evan Ingram one for me. Evan Ingram has been Mr. Consistent all year for tight ends. Steven over on Facebook, Zay Flowers or Jalen Warren in the flex. Now, this is a great question. Great question. Zay Flowers in the Ravens offense with no Mark Andrews now. Jalen Warren with reported increased touches this week, going up against who are they going up against? Cincinnati. For me, this is a Zay Flowers one. Harold over on Facebook, Nico, Kirk, or Pittman. This is a Michael Pittman one for me. Again, high scoring game. Dolph over again on YouTube. Shout out Dolph Ziggler's in this chat. Yes, I've officially made it. Tank Dell or Michael Pittman. This is a Tank Dell one for me. Tank Dell has been on an absolute tear. So we're not going to mess with the hot hand. We're going to ride that one out as long as we can. We're going to go Tank Dell in that one. Santino, when do you think Justin Jefferson will make a return? How do you think he will do coming off the injury? I think the return is going to be week 14. I think there was a report from Shefty that he's not going to play on Monday Night Football. And then after this game, the Vikings are on bye in week 13. So I think week 14 is when he makes that return. And how do I think he'll do? I think it won't be the same Justin Jefferson, because again, there has to be something to be said for going from Kirk Cousins to Josh Dobbs. And yes, Josh Dobbs is great, a great athlete, has made a bunch of great plays. It's Josh Dobbs. He doesn't have the same arm, but I think he should still be okay. I think he's low end wide receiver 1, pretty much high end wide receiver 2. Dolph Giants or Eagles defense. Probably Eagles. Droon over on YouTube, Collins or Olave in the flex in full PPR, Chris Olave. That's a Chris Olave one. Oliver over on YouTube, Alexander Madison or Marquise Brown or Singletary in PPR. That's a Marquise Brown one for me. I think he has the highest ceiling out of the three of them, and they all relatively have kind of a same floor, if that makes sense. Probably, Marquise Brown might have the lowest floor, but I do think he's got the highest ceiling out of those three. Ricky over on Facebook, James Conner, Amari Cooper, Hollywood, or Najee Harris in the flex. This is a great question. I wish I had a quick answer for you, but I really don't. I'm going to have to read that again. James Conner, Amari Cooper with DTR, Hollywood, or Najee Harris, who's reportedly going to see less touches. Man, that's tough. Probably James Conner, honestly. I feel like he's steady Eddie of everyone on that list. Probably so we'll say James Conner. Josh over on Facebook, love the picture. That is sick. Pick 2, Kyron, Etienne, or Eckler. This is an Etienne or Eckler. Etienne and Eckler. Kyron Williams, don't be surprised if Kyron Williams doesn't see a full workload like he had before he got hurt. So that one's a pretty straightforward one for me. Baker Mayfield, Trevor Lawrence, or Josh Dobbs. And for me, that's a Josh Dobbs one. That's Josh Dobbs. Trevor Lawrence, yes, he found the end zone. He ran in for 2 touchdowns last week. I don't know if that's sticky. I don't think it's sticky. So we're going to go Josh Dobbs on that one. Caleb on YouTube, Taysom Hill or Trey McBride, Kyler or Gardner Minshew, Ramondre or Rashad White. A 3-4-1. Here we go. We're going to go Trey McBride at tight end. We're going to go with Kyler at quarterback. And we are going to go with Rashad White at running back. Isaiah over on YouTube, Ridley or Kirk or Marquise Brown. That's a Calvin Ridley one for me. Ian over on YouTube, PPR, Devonta Smith or Calvin Ridley. For me, that's a Devonta Smith one. But I will say, if you can see that, let me hide this comment quick. 4.5 receptions over an Underdog Fantasy. I still think he hits that. So even if I like Devonta Smith better, I think Calvin really can hit 5 receptions in this game against Houston. And use the code fellas, pair that and the Alvin Kamara and Jerome Ford over 51.5. Those are my 3 favorite lines. Pair that with this free square that you get with the code fellas. That 10 times is your entry. All you got to do, use the code fellas to get that free square, find these lines, enter it, and you can 10 times your entry. Again, use the code fellas over on Underdog Fantasy. Shameless plugs, people. We gotta do the work. Gotta do the nitty gritty, do the dirty work. So back to your questions. Jesse over on Facebook, Evan Ingram or Kyle Pitts. This is an Evan Ingram one for me. Again, steady Eddie all year at the tight end spot. Derek over on Facebook, PPR, Nico or Rashad White. This is a Rashad White one for me. Mr. Weezer. Oh, yes. Let's go. Cooper Kupp or Devonta Smith. This is a Cooper Kupp one for me. Ute face _100. Jalen Warren, Javonte Williams, or Pacheco. Pick 2. For me, this is an Isaiah Pacheco, and this is a Jalen Warren. I know Javonte has been getting touches. It's against Cleveland. I don't like it. I don't like that matchup. So out of these 3, Jalen Warren, Isaiah Pacheco. Drew, and again over on YouTube. Shout out to Drew. And I read one of your questions earlier. Schultz or McBride in tight end in the full PPR. It's Trey McBride. That's a Trey McBride one. Hollywood Brown, Hill, or Miles Sanders in the flex from Robert over on YouTube. And this one is a Hollywood Brown one for me. Griffin over on YouTube, Collins or Devonta Smith. We're going to go Devonta Smith on that one. Nick, the elite. I'm just sick of that. As a Minnesota sports fan, I'm sick of the word elite because someone at some university, oh man. Anyway, Nick, the elite _chicken, PPR, Zay Flowers or Mike Evans. This is a Mike Evans one for me. Josh over on Facebook, again, shout out to you, Josh. Sorry, fumbled that one. Titans or Broncos defense. Broncos going up against Cleveland. Titans going up against Carolina. I like Tennessee's defense on that one. Colin on YouTube, Ridley or Brown. That's a Calvin Ridley one for me. Dubs _family. There you are. Excuse me. Christian Kirk or Chris Olave. Chris Olave for sure. Danny Finn's fan, Ty Chandler or Josh Downs. That's a Josh Downs one for me. Ty Chandler is still that change of pace running back 2 for the Vikings. It is still Madison's backfield. Mac over on YouTube, pick 3 in PPR. Evans, Devonta Smith, Tank, or Kyron Williams. And we're going to go with the 3 wide receivers. We're going to go Evans, Smith, and Tank. Kyron Williams just scares me a little bit out of that group just because of potential decreased work. Yep, Christian Kirk, Calvin Ridley. Say Calvin Ridley on that one. Aaron over on YouTube, Bijan or Derrick Henry. We're going to go Derrick Henry on this one. It feels like this is the matchup for Derrick Henry to really have a day. Uh, Carolina, not great against the run. That's really what it comes down to. Ashtray, Nico Collins, or Adam Thielen. That's an Adam Thielen one for me. For me, DFS question: who is your no doubt at running back? Love this question. Um, my no doubt running back this week, probably Derrick Henry. Honestly, it's honestly Derrick Henry against Carolina. Like Tennessee can run the offense or I shouldn't say the way they want to, but they should be ahead. They should be able to run the ball as much as they want. So I'm going to go Derrick Henry on that one. Andy over on Facebook, Justin Fields or CJ Stroud. This one is a CJ Stroud one for me. I think Jacksonville, Houston has more offense in that game than Minnesota, Chicago. That's what it comes down to essentially. Charles over on Facebook, Ford or Mixon. We're gonna go Joe Mixon on that one. Joe Mixon still. Caven Stewart. I sure hope I said that name right. Jalen Warren, Joe Mixon, or Rachaad White. Pick two. We're gonna go with Joe Mixon or Rachaad White. We're gonna go with those two. Mitch over on Facebook, Swift or White. And honestly, I think I'm gonna go DeAndre Swift on that one still. Tyler over on YouTube. Again, great name. Great name. Love that name. Herbert or Kyler Murray. We're going to go Justin Herbert. Chiz over on YouTube. Olave or Moore at wide receiver. I'm projected to win by 21 points, so you really can't lose. We're going highest ceiling. My opinion, highest ceiling is DJ Moore, just because we've seen what him and Justin Fields can do, but I really like Chris Olave this week, so I'm going to say Olave. Kirk Collins or Zay Flowers. Pick two. We're going to go Nico Collins, Zay Flowers on that one. Those are my two. Danny Finn's fan. Why is Warren and Henry only own 8 to 12% in DFS? I feel like it's just because people have been burned by those guys. So I think, well, maybe the best way to say it is this. I don't think people believe in Jalen Warren just yet. And I think people have been burned by Derrick Henry. So they are looking elsewhere. That's why I think they are so low in ownage. That's not how, you know what I'm trying to say. Are you down on Nico Collins with Dell's emergence? I'm not down necessarily, but I'm not in an I guess I am down, because where I used to be on Nico, I'm certainly not at where I'm at, or I'm not where that was. Words are hard today. So yes, I'm technically down, but I'm still kind of in. Like there's still some flex, consideration for him. Would you start Ridley or Singletary in the flex? Already have Adams and Puka as my wide receivers, mixing Kamara as my running backs, and this is a Calvin Ridley one for me. Danny Finns, yes, yep. Rappaport came out and said that Warren will get more touches, more carries. Yeah, I like that. You told me to play Hollywood over Ridley last week. Yeah. That's my fault. But now I should say this. I should have done more research. Had I known that Zay Jones was playing in that moment, I probably would have told you to start Ridley, but my fault. I will own up to that one. That's not a good look, but I own up to it. Bills versus Eagles prediction. I think it is a fairly high scoring game, a lot of passing. I'm expecting Philly to really kind of control line at scrimmage, but Philly, all right, Buffalo can have a big play at any moment. So I think that's a fairly high scoring game. I'm going to say like 28-24 Philly directly after. Yeah. Oops. Ryan over on Facebook, would you start Flowers over Moore with the Ravens matchup today? No, I think I'd still go DJ Moore. I would still go DJ Moore on that one. Ashtray, Collins or Kyler? I'm assuming that's a super flex question. Man, if it's a super flex, then it's Kyler. But if Yeah, I guess that's where I'm at. Dean over on Facebook, Fields or Dobbs. We're gonna go Dobbs on that one. Um, Mike over on Facebook, Devin Singletary or Dalton Kincaid or Chris Godwin. This is a Dalton Kincaid one for me. That's a Dalton Kincaid. Chiz, should I start Dustin Hopkins this week? Yeah, I think you still should. I think you still should. That's a question. Snazzy Hippo, Ramondre Stevenson or Jalen Warren. And honest, for me, this is like right next to each other. This is two guys that are right next to each other. So I'm gonna say Ramondre still, but it's close. I have Darren Waller sitting on IR. Do I play him over Laporta when he returns? Absolutely not. Nope. Sam Laporta should be locked into your lineup rest of the year. Josh over on Facebook, Quentin Johnson, Nico Collins, Jameson Williams, rest of the season. Love these kind of questions. For me, it's Nico Collins. I'm not a huge believer in the talent this year, at least, of Quentin Johnson. Down the road, it should come around, but for this year at least, Nico Collins is my vote there. Brad over on YouTube, Jalen Warren or Kyron Williams or Javonte. Maybe I'll turn that into a 3-parter. Jalen Warren, Javonte Williams, or Kyron Williams. And for me, that's a Jalen Warren one. That's Jalen Warren. Ephraim over on YouTube, Trevor Lawrence, CJ Stroud. We're going to go CJ Stroud on that one. Mob, Evan Ingram, or Rashad White. We're going to go Rashad White on that one. OG's World, pick one. Jalen Warren, Jerome Ford, Khalil Herbert, or Javonte Williams. For me, that's a Jerome Ford one. For me. Danny Finn's fan, who's your value at tight end in DFS today? Great question. Let me take a look. I haven't taken a great look at DFS today, but I do know Derrick Henry was like the no doubt for me. DFS tight ends. Value. Trey McBride. I feel like 40. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm taking a while on this one. I am going to say probably Cole Kmet. It's either between Cole Kmet or no, I think it's Cole Kmet. I think Cole Kmet would be my answer. I think Cole Kmet is my value at tight end this week. Caleb over on YouTube, Henry Kamara or White, pick 2. This is tough. This is really tough. I'm going to go Derrick Henry and Alvin Kamara, though. That's a tough one, but I'm going to go with the first 2. Dim Tree, Adam Thielen, Zay Flowers. This is an Adam Thielen one for me still. Mine's Otten. I don't mind Otten as well. I think I just went with the who's more likely to get involved in their offense. And that's why I say, yeah, that's why I think Cole Kmet. But I like Cade Otten as well. Is adding Jaden Reed and dropping Gabe Davis a good move? I think we're going to probably. I will say probably. You may reconsider after this week. Let's say Gabe Davis has a great week. You may, think on it some more, but I think at this moment, I think that's a good move. Dean on Facebook, Herbert or Cook? Khalil Herbert or James Cook? James Cook gets Philly. Can I go out on a limb and say Khalil Herbert? I just don't think James Cook is going to do a whole lot against Philly. Jahmyr Gibbs, Kyron Williams, rest of the season. This is a Jahmyr Gibbs one. That's just a bet on better offense. There is some hope if Kyron Williams does get, full workload back, but I lean Jahmyr Gibbs. Snazzy Hippo, Rashad White or Jalen Warren. We are going to go with Rashad White. Excuse me. Rashad White on that one. Kayla Mayo, shout out to you. Derrick Henry, Rashad White, Kamara, pick 2. By the way, I love the videos. They help me last week was not a great week, but hey, you know what? That's That's football. Anything can happen any given Sunday. So even if the stats point to something saying that it's a good matchup, anything can happen. Again, Caleb, you are the man. Pick two between Henry White and Kamara. It's Derrick Henry and Alvin Kamara for me. Snazzy Hippo, you are welcome as always. Charles, Shakir, or Rashee Rice. Yes, totally cool. Like that. We're going to go with Rashee Rice on that one. Baseball shorts. Kicker question, Dustin Hopkins, Harrison Butker. Probably Butker on that one. Yeah, I'm probably going to go Butker. Pick one, PPR, Stevenson, Pittman, White, or Collins. For me, that's a Michael Pittman one. Yeah, that's a Michael Pittman one for me. Yep, Charles Rashee Rice. Yeah, I know I clicked on that before, so that's my fault. Tyler, again, great name. Love that name. Pick two, Olave, DJ Moore, Marquise Brown. It's the first two. We're going to go Chris Olave and DJ Moore. Skywalker, yeah. Gus Edwards or Deontay Johnson. We're going to go Deontay. So if it's full PPR, we're going to go Deontay Johnson. If it's half PPR or standard, it's Gus Edwards. Ryan over on Facebook, Jordan Addison or Drake London in the flex. We're going to go Jordan Addison on that one. Mr. Nacho plays Olave or Puka in the flex. I feel maybe I answered this earlier, maybe I didn't. That's a Chris Olave one for me. Stews, Kate Otten, Pat Fryermuth. I'm gonna go Kate Otten. On that one. Teddy over on YouTube, Khalil Herbert or OBJ at the flex in PPR. Honestly, we're gonna go OBJ. On that one. No Mark Andrews opens up the door for more work for OBJ. CJ Stroud, Trevor Lawrence from Terrell over on Facebook. We're gonna go CJ Stroud on that one. Trevor Lawrence, I know he had 2 rushing touchdowns last week, but it's not been great. So happy started. Yep. I feel like if you're gonna stream defenses, find the defense that plays the Jets. That's just the easiest way to do it. Darth Bird, do I Star Wars? Yes, you do. Star Wars. Skywalker, Puka, or Cup, good stack or not? I think so. I think for this matchup, at least, yes. Going up against Arizona. Simon over on Facebook, half PPR pick 2, Cup, Puka, Dell, or Rashad White. Unless I'm forgetting a wide receiver with the last name White, but for me, the two that we're going to go with are Cooper Kupp and Tank Dell. Half PPR, Rashad White. No, we're going to go Tank Dell, Cooper Kupp on that one still. Josh, Facebook, shout out to you, Josh. Thanks for sticking around. Kyron Williams or Breece Hall rest of the season. That's a Breece Hall one for me. Keeks, AJ Brown, Olave, Puka rest of the season, or keep Tyler Lockett. I think AJ Brown rest of the season for sure. Those three. I would say those three. I would say AJ Brown, Olave, Puka rest of the season are your 3 guys to go with. Turkey sub. Ooh, that sounds good. That sounds great. Maybe I go get some Jersey mics after this. Start Cup or Nico and PPR. That's a Cooper Kupp one for me. Robert on YouTube. Is Robert Woods worth a start? This, and I think this, Derek, I'll answer this first. PPR, Nico or Rashad White? We're going to go Rashad White. Robert, back to your question. Is Robert Woods worth a start? I think in this scenario, it is. We're going to, that one is Robert Woods. Eli, saw your comment there. Sorry, I'm getting to it now. Kyron Williams, DeAndre Swift, or Kyron Williams, DeAndre Swift, and Zay Flowers or Devonta Smith. This is a DeAndre Swift and Devonta Smith one for me. John on Facebook, Nico, Kirk, Thielen, or Devonta Smith. Pick 2. This is Adam Thielen and Devonta Smith. Where is it? My man, Mr. Myers. Top picks on Underdog. You got it right here. Let me hide the comment quick. I like Jerome Ford over on rushing yards. I like Alvin Kamara over on his receptions with no Michael Thomas. Also, the Jerome Ford one is just pure matchup against Denver. Calvin Ridley over 4.5 receptions. His hit this every time with Zay Jones healthy. So yeah, we're going to go Calvin Ridley and use the code fellas. You get this Lamar Jackson free square for free. Absolutely free. Just need to use the code fellas and you get some free money on top of it with your first deposit. So again, use these picks and that Lamar Jackson free square 10 times your entry, just like that, over on Underdog Fantasy. We love everything about Underdog. Again, if you're looking for a way to support our channel, best way you can do that is support our friends over at Underdog Fantasy. Link should be in the bio, and if it's not, go to any of our social pages: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, really anywhere. And you find our link tree, and it'll send you right there. Matt over on Facebook, Justin Fields, Russell Wilson. That's a Justin Fields one for me. Trayton on YouTube, DJ Moore or Ramondre Stevenson at the flex. DJ Moore. Excuse me. Barry on YouTube asked Dalton Schultz or Pat Fryermuth. That's a Dalton Schultz one. Eli, good to see you. Good to see you, bud. Pick 2, Jonathan Taylor, Singletary, Gus Edwards. This is a Jonathan Taylor, Gus Edwards one for me. Matt, you are very, very welcome. Eli, I know. First, Eli 1, I will say. Eli 2 with the Ohio State. I hope you were still around to hear my answer. But yeah, Jonathan Taylor, Gus Edwards. Robert on YouTube, Jacoby Myers, Drake London, or Johnson. And I think that's Deontay. We're going to go Deontay on that one. Kansas is better. Probably better than Minnesota. Yeah. Or at least in college football. Yeah, probably. Because the Gophers just suck. See, George Pickens or Greg Dortch. This is a George Pickens one still. I know it's been rough, but you still got to ride that one out. James Conner, Javonte Williams for the flex this week. That's a James Conner one for me. I just don't like that matchup for Javonte with Cleveland. It's just not a pretty one at all. Adam over on YouTube, Robert Woods or Tyler Boyd. That's a Tyler Boyd one. Oh no, because it's Jake Browning. Oh no. Honestly, can I be real? For a second? I'd say neither. I just don't like that. If there's better options somewhere, I would go look. Hollywood or Douglas? We're going to go Hollywood on that one. Higher ceiling. I think maybe the best way to say it is this: if you need guaranteed points, Demario Douglas is your guy. But if you want to shoot for upside, it's Hollywood Brown. Snazzy Hippo, Hollywood or White at the flex. That's a Rashad White one for me. Caleb, of course. Appreciate your support. And you can and we are not done posting just yet. We're still posting videos every single day. We're posting minute-long content every day. So again, if you're not subscribed, hey, hit that subscribe button. This is your place for all things football, all things fantasy football. I myself am self-proclaimed draft guru on this channel. And as we get closer and closer to the draft, there's going to be a ton of draft content. So if you enjoyed the NFL draft, make sure you're subscribed. Maybe I should say it like this: if you enjoyed the NFL draft and you haven't liked this video, like the video, because again, this is your place for all things football and fantasy football. Caleb, I am subbed. Love to see it. John over on YouTube, Chandler or Herbert. That's a Khalil Herbert one for me. Dimtree, you can't. Happy to help. Doing my civic duty in helping your fantasy team. Same as Evan Ingram or Cole Kmet in PPR. That's a Evan. We're gonna go Cole Kmet since it's not PPR. Where we go? Diane, there you are. Good to see you again. Should I start Puka, Tank Dell or Rashee Rice? That's a Tank Dell one for me. Terrell over on Facebook. Pick 3: Nico, Cooper Kupp, Devonta Smith, DJ Moore. And for me, it's the last 3: Cooper Kupp, Devonta Smith, and DJ Moore. Do you think with a new play caller, the Steelers will pass to Pickens more? I would not be surprised if they do. George Pickens is too good of a talent to not be schemed up for. Like he's too good to not be. So I think there's a chance. Rocco, what's up, my guy? Good to see you again. Mahomes or Allen today? Oh boy. For me, this is a Josh Allen one. I like Mahomes. Yeah, it is a it's pretty pretty convenient to have this problem. It's a luxury. Josh Allen, though, for me on that one. John, you're very, very welcome. Danny, Finns fan, can we get a full DFS lineup from you? I will do my best. I'm gonna say my quarterback is going to be Kyler Murray. Running back Derrick Henry and Jalen Warren. Yep, the two guys that people do not own. Wide receiver, we're going to go Tank Dell. We are going to go with Chris Olave, and then we got to save some money here, so we're going to go down a bit. I'm choosing this live, by the way, so hopefully, if you guys like DFS, you're following along. In the third wide receiver, let's go with Rashid Shaheed. Nope, sorry. We'll go Odell. We're going Odell on that one. So now we really got to save some money. Tight end, we're going to go K. Dotton just because, again, we need to save some money. And then in the flex, probably saving some more money here. Let's ride with Demario Douglas defense, and now we're saving a bit of money now here. I like Cincinnati's defense. That's my lineup. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, that was live DFS draft right in front of your very eyes. Santino, Kincaid, or Ingram. Am I right for leaning towards Ingram? I understand it, but I would go Kincaid still. He's unaffected by the play caller change. Baltimore's defense against the Chargers and New England coming off a bye against DeVito. I think you can go New England. I think that one makes sense. Diane, should I start Puka, Dell, or Rice? Tank Dell. Yes, Santino, Dalton Kincaid. Brad over on Facebook. Amari Cooper, Drake London, and Demario Douglas. I need one. And honestly, we're going to go on a limb here and we're going to say Demario Douglas. Barry on YouTube, Dalton Schultz or Pat Fryermuth in PPR. That's a Dalton Schultz one for certain. John on Facebook, Jalen Hurts or Lamar Jackson. I'm going to go Jalen Hurts on that one still. I have 60% owned Derrick Henry and Jalen Warren on 13 DraftKings lineups. Man, we've got a lot riding on those two guys. That's for sure. Kip's Productions, Shaheed, Ridley, Olave, or Cup, please. For me, if we had to choose one, it's Cooper Kupp. Jesse over on YouTube for the flex, Olave or Swift. If it's full PPR, we're going to go Chris Olave. If it's half PPR or standard, DeAndre Swift. Imran on Facebook, Chris Godwin, Jerry Jeudy, or Jacoby Myers. Oof. Okay, let's break this one down. Jacoby Myers, who hasn't done a whole lot with Aiden O'Connell, Jerry Jeudy, somewhat of her, and my answer is Chris Godwin. On that one. Again, maybe a high scoring game. You never know. Icy on YouTube, 2 wide receivers, Zay Flowers, Josh Downs, Christian Kirk. For me, this is Zay Flowers and Josh Downs. Those are the two that I am riding with. Suns fan, Adams, DJ Moore, AJ Brown, Addison. Pick 3. It's their first 3. Jordan Addison has not been great with Josh Dobbs, and I think that needs to be talked about a little bit more. So we're going to go Adams, DJ Moore, AJ Brown. Imran, you're very welcome. You are very, very welcome. Thaddeus on YouTube, Chris Olave, Javonte Williams. That's a Chris Olave one, even in half PPR for me. Kip's Productions, Singletary sharing production with Pierce. So Connor or Singletary. I also have Stroud and Dell starting. So, yeah, we're going to go James Conner on that one. That's a James. Connor 1. Darth Bird in the flex. Puka, Josh Jacobs, or Jerome Ford. That's a Josh Jacobs one for me. Thaddeus, you're very, very welcome. Very welcome. Tracer Sports, welcome back. Boom and bust of the week. Boom for me is Derrick Henry. Bust of the week. Part of me says Christian Kirk. Part of me says Amari Cooper. I'm going to say Amari Cooper. Kibbs, you're very welcome. Very welcome. Quinn on Facebook. Tough one for you. Oh boy. Pick 2 of 5. 14 team PPR. Kareem Hunt, Amari Cooper, Hollywood Brown, Devin Singletary, Deontay Johnson. Oof. Man, that is tough. I'm going to rule out Amari Cooper, Kareem Hunt, and Devin Singletary right away. So between a Hollywood and Deontay, I lean Deontay. I could explain that one for a while, so I'm just going to keep it short and sweet. Deontay Johnson out of those. Tyrese over on Facebook, James Conner or Jerome Ford. This is a Jerome Ford one for me. It's close, but I lean Jerome Ford. Jonathan Martin, good sir. Good to see you. Suns fan, DJ Moore or Devontae Adams. DJ Moore. That's a DJ Moore one. Ooh! See, 3,000 left over. Do we upgrade? I wonder if we upgrade from DeMario. That was my initial thought. Or do we upgrade from Odell? I think we upgrade from Odell, actually. So we upgrade from Odell. Let's see here. We're going to upgrade Odell to... Can I upgrade to Calvin Ridley? I think that's a little expensive. Maybe not. If I can do Calvin Ridley, I do Calvin Ridley. There we go. Quinn, appreciate it. Anytime. Got you. Jonathan over on Facebook, Josh Downs or Puka. That's a Puka Nacua one still for me. Santino, I'm going to pick up Dobbs. Should I drop Kirk Cousins or Joe Burrow? You can drop both. Both are out for the rest of the year. Pick up Nick Chubb. I don't know. You should not. Nope. He's not playing anytime this year. Still have 900 left. That's perfect. I'm okay leaving 900. It's really whenever I see a comma. That's when I want to spend it. But 900, I'm okay with that. Doug on Facebook, who should I start at the flex? Devontae, Jalen Warren, or Calvin Ridley? For me, that's a Calvin Ridley one. That's Calvin Ridley, then Jalen Warren, then Javonte. Double EB Ryan Productions, not a star state question, but I traded Mostert and McLaurin for Kupp and Kamara. What we thinking? If you got Cooper Kupp and Galvin Kamara, easy win. Easy win. Robert lost my quarterback last week. Should I go O'Connell or Jake Browning? Oh man. I would go look for is there a Baker available? Is there like a Russell Wilson? Oof. If you can look elsewhere, if there's someone better available, that's what I'm thinking. Michael on YouTube, should I play Derrick Henry? Yes, you should. Absolutely, Doug. Thank you. You bet. Anytime. Caleb on YouTube, Devin Singletary or Khalil Herbert. That's close. No Deonta Foreman for the Bears, so that gives me some optimism for Khalil Herbert. But he gets the Vikings. We're gonna go with Khalil Herbert still. Took out Douglas and put Gabe Davis in. Let's see if that I completely get that. That is, that's really gonna, yeah. I like that. Thanks for the help. Really appreciate it. Can you sing? I cannot. I cannot. You do not want to hear me saying. But yes, I'm happy to help anytime, Caleb. Trevor on Facebook, Pittman, Edwards, Thielen, Moore, sit 2. For me, the sits, Gus Edwards. Oh, probably DJ Moore. Probably DJ Moore. Feels weird, feels wrong, but that's how I feel. Danny Finn's fan. Let's go. Let's go win some money today. No problem. Happy to help. Where was that question? There it is. Jonathan, there you are. Start to Nico, Dell, Puka, or Downs. This is a Tank Dell and Puka Nakua one for me. Jarrett, Adam Thielen, or Pittman at the flex? That's a great question. We're going to go with Michael Pittman on that one. FSC, Kyler Murray, Justin Herbert. We're going to go We're gonna go. Oh, I feel like Dak. Here we go. We're gonna go. That's close. I'm still gonna lean Justin Herbert. Teddy on YouTube, I just want to say thank you so much. Most of you YouTubers won't care about their subscribers, but you try your best to get everyone. Thanks for saving my fantasy season. Hey, happy to help. That's what we're doing here over at the Fantasy Football Fellas. We try to hear and listen, answer all and one and all. I should say it like that. We try to answer everybody. So again, I try my best. It's a lot for one person to handle, but I do try my best. Comments like that really, really help. Thank you, Teddy. Thank you for the kind words. Kyle on Facebook, sorry, PM, I'll get to your question in a second. Start to Eckler, Cup, or Mike Evans. That's an Austin Eckler, Cooper Cup. PM edits Devonta Smith or DJ Moore. That's a Devonta Smith one for me. Phantom, James Cook, or Kareem Hunt. Probably going to lean James Cook on that one. You know what? Screw it. Let's go for it. Kareem Hunt. We're going Kareem Hunt against Denver. IUC, Javonte, or James Cook. Oh, man. That's brutal. Probably James Cook still. Probably James Cook. Buddy's wondering if you should start Ritter, Pickett, or Mac Jones in 18-team league. So Ritter gets the Saints. Pickett gets Cincinnati. Mac Jones gets the Giants. I think that's a Kenny Pickett one for me. Jalen Warren, Jordan Addison, and PPR are going to go Jalen Warren on that one. Jordan Addison, again, has not been doing great. His highest finish with Josh Dobbs, I think, is like wide receiver 32, something like that. Jalen Warren is my vote there. Phantom, Jefferson, or Pickens. This is a George Pickens one because Justin Jefferson is reportedly not playing tomorrow night. So that we're going to go Pickens on that one. Double EB Ryan, welcome back. Rashee Rice or Evan Ingram at the flex. You're going to go Rashee Rice on that one. Have a little bit more upside with Rashee Rice. Santino, to follow up my last question about Kirk and Burrow, I picked up Dobbs and Kyron Williams. So Kyron Williams in for Joe Mixon or Rashad White. Should I sit Kyron? I would sit Kyron in this particular situation. With Joe Mixon and Rashad White, you most certainly can sit Kyron. Red Falcon Enjoyer, Jalen Warren or Derrick Henry? The Derrick Henry one for me. I've never had this much confidence in Derrick Henry this year, except for this week. Devin Singletary, Travis Etienne, Kyra Williams, or Isaiah Pacheco. Start 2 from Cody over on Facebook. And for me, this is an Isaiah Pacheco and Travis Etienne. Those are the two that I'm starting out of that group. All right, y'all. It's 11:46. We'll go 4 more minutes because I want to give you some time to make these changes into your lineups, get all situated for matchups and football and stuff like that. So we'll go 4 minutes nonstop answering all your questions. So any last minute questions you got, drop them in the chat. We'll get them answered. Yeah, let's do it. Alec over on Facebook, full PPR, tight end, Pat Freiermuth or Isaiah Likely. Let's shoot upside and go Pat Freiermuth. Maybe something changes in that offense. Phantom, thanks for your help. Anytime. Happy to help. Robert on YouTube. I have Powell right now for Vikings in the receiver spot in one league because Jefferson's down. Should I look for another sleeper? Yeah. I think at least worth looking. At least worth looking. Santino, this helped me so much. Thank you. You bet. Anytime, Santino. Always here on Sundays. Always here on Sundays. Live before kickoff, answering all Start State questions. So again, if you're not subscribed, do so. If this is your first time, welcome. If this is your second, third, fourth, etc. time on this live, give this a like. Give this stream a like. Very, very much appreciated. Thanks for all the help today, Ty. You bet. Any time. Josh on Facebook, Nico Cooks or Cooper rest of the season. For me, that's a Nico Collins one. There's some intrigue now with Brandon Cooks, but I still go Nico Collins. Joe on YouTube, Herbert or Stroud. We're gonna go CJ Stroud on that one. Kips, sorry. Let's see. I asked Cup, Ridley, Shaheed, or Olave. You say Cup. I'm gonna go with Ridley because of last week, and I think the Jags Texans game will be a shootout. Can you see what I'm saying? And can you somewhat agree? I can see where you're coming from, and I can understand the logic for sure. And you can certainly go Kevin Ridley. Like this as much as I would, enjoy you guys listening to me and making myself look great. At the end of the day, it is your fantasy team. You can take whatever advice, and if you don't agree with the advice that I have, it's a-okay. This is the best thing about fantasy football, that we can just talk football. And if you have a different idea, that's totally fine. That's totally fine. I'm just giving you what I would do. You can certainly do whatever you would like to do if you don't agree with my logic. That's the beauty of fantasy football. So Kips, I understand where you're coming from. I will not say I disagree or anything like that. You know my answer. You can certainly roll with yours. Santino, see you next week. This was my first time watching the stream. I liked the stream and subbed. Shout out to you. Shout out to all of you that have liked and subbed on this stream. Danny, Finns fan, my favorite DFS lineup: Mahomes, White, Warren, Downs, Shaheed, Dortch, Kelsey, Henry, Broncos defense. That's a great lineup. I thoroughly enjoyed that lineup. Simon on Facebook, Saquon or Rashad White. For me, that's a Saquon Barkley still. I know Rashad White has been good, but Saquon Barkley is just going to get touches on touches. Michael on YouTube, Christian Kirk or Nico Collins. That's a Nico Collins one for me. Football Jesus' fantasy show. Yeah, must eat chalk. Why? Why do I got to eat chalk? Luke is over on YouTube, Devin Singletary or Gus Bus. That's a Gus Bus one for me. Josh on Facebook, thanks for all the advice. First time listening, won't be the last. Much appreciated, Josh. Thanks for the support and the future support. Michael on Facebook, Kyron Williams or Derrick Henry. This is a Derrick Henry one for me. One of my favorite plays of the week is Derrick Henry. First time in the live. Appreciate it, bro. Joe, of course. Glad you joined for the first time. And shout out to all of you guys for your first time joining. Bobby on Facebook, Ford or Stevenson. This is a Ramondre Stevenson one for me. Kips, I love giving feedback. I just feel like it's a safer choice. Cup has a couple of down weeks while Ridley's getting more production, more target. Totally get it. I like it. Kips. Suns fan, Jerome Ford, Rashad White, James Conner. That's a Rashad White one for me. Roku, Kyron over Najee. Yes, I would do that. Keep up the good work. Good luck, man. Thanks, Danny Finns fan. You bet anytime. Good luck to you as well. IT, thank you, Fantasy Football Fellas. I watch you guys on TikTok and live stream. It's even more helpful. Have a great rest of your day. You as well. Shout out to you and shout out to all of you watching and all of your kind words. Y'all are super, super, super great. We can't thank you enough for watching, subbing, liking, all of it. Chase or Tank Dell. We're going to go Tank Dell on that one. Kevin Smith, Herbert, or Kyler Murray. We're going to go Justin Herbert on that one. Cody on Facebook, Devonta Smith, Tank Dell, or Adam Thielen. Let's start one. We're going to go Tank Dell on that one. Roku, thanks, Tyler. Appreciate you. Good luck today. Appreciate you, Roku. Good luck today as well. All right, y'all. That finishes up those last 4 or 5 minutes. I will let you go. Go make those changes into your lineups. And best of luck to you, week 12. Again, we are live every Sunday before kickoff doing this. So if you enjoy, you have any questions you've got, ask away. But yeah, this is your place for all things football, all things fantasy football. I saw I saw it. There we go. Saw an Underdog question, so I'll leave you with that. Jerome Ford on rushing yards, Alvin Kamara on receptions, Calvin Ridley on receptions, and all customers on Underdog. All new customers get a Lamar Jackson free square with the code FELLAS, FELLAS, and you get your first deposit match up to $100. Again, that's our Underdog plays of the week for me, at least. Cody, thanks and good luck. Thanks and good luck to you as well. All right, y'all. Last couple questions here. Puka, Adams, Olave, or Gabe Davis? Pick two, please. We're gonna go Olave, and we're gonna go with Puka on that one. Alex over on Facebook, Eckler or Swift? We're gonna go Eckler on that one. Amadio says Olave or Bijan. If it's full PPR, it's Olave. If it's half PPR, it's Bijan. If it's standard, it's Bijan. Greg on Facebook, Devonta Smith, Pittman, or Puka. And for me, that one is a Michael Pittman. Yeah, it's Michael Pittman, then Devonta Smith, then Puka. Myers, Puka or Adams, keep going back and forth. Need help. Got you. This is a Puka Nakua one. One last one. Yes, one last one. For Michael over on Facebook, Taysom Hill or Trey McBride, Kyler Murray, my quarterback. Let's go for the stack. Let's go for the stack. And we're going to go with Trey McBride, Parker on YouTube. Should I start Jerome Ford or Nico Collins? This is a Jerome Ford one for me. All right, y'all. With that, go make these changes in your lineups. Thanks again for joining. If you're not subscribed, if you didn't like this, much appreciated if you could do so. We're live every day before kickoff. We post every day. We got waivers on Monday. We got trade targets on Wednesday. I know trade deadlines are coming up, so maybe there's a new video on Wednesdays coming out. So make sure you're subscribed to see what that video is. And then we got starts of the week on Friday, and then you got 2 podcast episodes recapping the previous week and looking ahead to the next week on Tuesday and Thursday. So again, make sure you're subscribed. All things football, all things fantasy football. This is your spot. So again, thanks, y'all. Good. Best of luck to you guys in week 12. And we will see you Monday, because that's my waiver video. So we will see you on Monday. Deuces.